Hey guys, welcome back to Hacking the Headlines. So today I wanted to talk about the YouTuber Poppy. I had come across some of her content recently, and then I watched an interview that she did that was incredibly disturbing on so many levels. Because for one, she pretty much admits to being an MK Ultra mind control slave with handlers, but that's just the start of it. So, for anyone who doesn't know who Poppy is, she is a very popular YouTuber that creates very disturbing and creepy content that is seemingly geared towards young children and teenagers. And now I'm not supporting this type of content at all, but I do think it's important we expose it and show it for what it is. Now, just from her latest music video, you can see that it is filled to the brim with satanic and Masonic symbolism, pretty much marking her for the MK Ultra mind control slave that she is. You can see her standing in front of a giant pyramid with a black and white checkerboard floor, of course, representing has above, so below, and the esoteric belief of there is no good and evil, and so much more than that, but it's pretty much identical to a Masonic lodge, as you can see. I'm going to put a split screen up. So just the fact that the song is called Bleach Blonde Baby is also very symbolic of MK Ultra, because they always mark their slaves with the bleach blonde hair, and we can see this over and over and over again. With the first example being, of course, Marilyn Monroe, who many people consider, myself included, to be one of the first MK Ultra mind control subjects they rolled out to the public, which is why she is still pushed so hard to the masses all these years later. And that's also another reason why we can see once female celebrities hit a certain point in their career, they dress up as Marilyn Monroe. And of course, she was marked with the bleach blonde hair, which represents their ultimate control over the new personality they've created. And we can see many examples of this in recent pop culture history. When Lindsay Lohan, for example, had her famous breakdown, she was wearing a bleach blonde wig. When Amanda Bynes had her famous breakdown, just like so many other MK Ultra slaves do, she was wearing a bleach blonde wig. I'm sure many people remember the recent breakdown, so-called breakdown with Kanye West. When he got out of the hospital, he emerged with bleach blonde hair. Okay, when Chris Brown was going through all that stuff in the mainstream, they dyed his hair blonde. Katy Perry also, right before she did all these very satanic music videos recently, they dyed her hair bleach blonde. So again, this is to represent the MK Ultra Mind Control program and to mark their dominance over this new personality they've created through using various forms of torture. Okay, now I know a lot of you are aware of what MK Ultra is, but if you aren't, there's plenty of declassified documents on it. It is a program created by the CIA where they admit to using various forms of torture on people in order to break their psyche and create new personalities, because that's what happens when someone goes through severe torture. They create new personalities in their head. And once these new personalities emerge, then the handler can program that new personality any way they want to. And now I have no doubt Poppy is under MK Ultra mind control. I guess there's some other explanations you could use for it, like she is an actress playing a part, or maybe she's like a robot or a clone or something. But watch the interview that she gives and come to your own conclusions, because she fully admits to having handlers. That you can't deny. But before we get into that interview, I just wanted to show another quick example of the MK Ultra symbolism that we can find throughout Poppy's content. And it's really quite disturbing that children are watching this kind of stuff. For instance, she has a video called 336, which of course can be a reference to 666. But in this video, it's very reminiscent of Alice in Wonderland. And Alice in Wonderland is a story they have been using for generations to slowly indoctrinate children into the concepts of MK Ultra, mind control, psychedelic drug use, and so on and so forth. But we can clearly see this in Poppy's video. I mean, first of all, she has the bleach blonde hair, and second of all, it's the whole, oh no, I'm late for a very important date from Alice in Wonderland. And it's just her saying over and over again, oh no, it's 3:36. I'm so sorry, but I have to get going. It's 3:36. I mean, it's really creepy. No child should be watching it. It creeps me out as an adult to watch it. But it has millions and millions of views on YouTube. So yeah, this is just to show you the connections they use to Alice in Wonderland, which, by the way, going down the rabbit hole, that is a reference to sodomy, to the sodomy of a child. The rabbit hole represents the child's rectum. I mean, as disgusting as that is, that's what that is symbolic of. So anyway, to get into this interview where she fully admits to being handled, okay, for starters, she also talks about how these handlers make her put certain numbers and sounds into her videos. And they joke around about her being in the Illuminati, and they all have a good laugh about it. But just to start out with this first clip, take a listen for yourselves, and you'll hear Poppy admit that these handlers dress her in the mornings, they take her places, they tell her where to go, they tell her what to do. Just take a listen.
Are you living, though? You kind of seem like a robot.
I don't feel like a robot.
What do you feel?
I feel so many things that human beings feel, like emotions.
So when you woke up today, how'd your day start?
First, they told me to get dressed,
They.
and then they washed my hair,
Okay.
Who's they?
and then they told me how good Three Musketeers bars are,
They are good.
Why do you like Three Musketeers?
because there's 3 of them.
You like the number 3?
I love the number 3.
Who doesn't?
What's so special about the number 3 to you?
It looks pretty.
I'm more concerned about the they who are washing you in the morning.
Who?
You just said they. You wake up and they feed you, they dress you, they wash you.
No, they just tell me where to go.
Okay.
Did they bring you here?
Yeah.
Where are they right now?
Sometimes they're really funny.
Okay. Do you still think Donald
They
Trump...
just drop me off.
Will they come back and pick you up? Can I meet them?
They don't like to meet new people.
Okay. Maybe next time?
Probably.
Okay, so as you heard in that clip, Poppy admitted to having people tell her what to do, what to wear. They wash her hair for her. They take her places. I mean, I suppose you could say that she's acting and she's just playing a part. But if so, if that's the case, then why? Why is she pretending to be an MK Ultra mind control subject? Why is she pretending to have handlers? Now, you can also note, you can't really see it in many of the interview clips, but she is holding a kitten pillow, a pillow of a kitten head. So that's, of course, very symbolic of beta sex kitten programming, which is one of the most common symbols that they use to mark their slaves with. So to me, this is a classic example of an MK Ultra mind control slave, and they're just rolling it out into the public now, openly telling people that she's under full control of her handlers, and people just laugh it off. That's how dumbed down society has become. But, they also made a reference to her being a robot, which I could entertain that idea as well. They rolled out the clunk of metal recently, Sophia, and made her a citizen in Saudi Arabia, but I don't believe for 1 second that's the extent of their technology they have when it comes to humanoid robots. Okay, so this could be Sophia. This could be the real Sophia. Poppy could be a robot. And, like I said, I have no doubt they could make a robot look as realistic as Poppy looks. So I guess that's a possibility too. I don't think so. I think she's a MK Ultra mind control slave who has been broken down through various forms of torture like they do to so many other celebrities. Okay, but anyway, in this next clip, you're going to hear Poppy talk about how they make her put special numbers and letters into her music videos. You know, you heard her talking about how special the number 3 is. Of course, they're obsessed with the number 3. So that's no surprise there. But just listen, and she admits that they make her put special numbers and sounds into her videos, which is very dangerous. You know, we don't know what kind of subliminal messages are being fed to children when they're watching this kind of stuff. So just take a listen here for yourself.
They put you in clothes. They put you out there. They send you here to do the radio show. Do they make you create music?
They tell me to make songs,
Do they tell you?
but I like to make songs.
Do they tell you what should be in those songs?
Sometimes. They have numbers that they want me to put in the songs.
They have numbers?
Yes.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, those type of numbers?
They have special numbers and special sounds.
Do you like those sounds, or are they forcing these sounds upon you?
I think everyone likes the sounds. They like the numbers as well.
Wow. Okay, so if I watch your videos, your music videos, or just your YouTube videos, and I really scoured and looked real hard, I'd find numbers everywhere.
Probably.
Do you know what that message is?
It makes me feel good inside.
Sharing a message from they to the people who are your fans.
It makes me feel happy.
Okay, now it starts to make a lot more sense why Poppy is making videos called 336 with a whole bunch of weird hypnotic noises in the background, you know, and filled with Alice in Wonderland programming and symbolism. And why she's making videos called Bleach Blonde Baby, singing in front of a giant pyramid with a Masonic checkerboard floor in front of her. Like she said, it's not her doing it. Her handlers make her put those in her music videos. So she doesn't understand what they mean. She's an MK Ultra mind control slave. She doesn't even know who she is or where she came from, you know, and she admits to that in this interview. And I also think it's really important to point out that in the Bleach Blonde Baby music video, she sings over and over again, "That's how God made me." And it's very well documented by MK Ultra survivors that they were programmed to call their handlers God or the devil. So this is very common among MK Ultra mind control slaves. So she's saying, "That's how God made me, bleach blonde," referencing her handler. Her handler made her bleach blonde. But anyway, in this next clip, you're going to hear her push the transgender agenda, which ultimately is going to lead to transhumanism. And she says this by saying we're all going to become computers one day, pretty much. So take a listen for yourself.
I believe that gender is going to eventually go away, right?
It has already.
Has it?
There's no such thing as gender.
I mean,
Only computers.
But you said you have feelings like a human, but there's only computers, and do computers have human feelings?
They've been feeling for a long time. They're just like us. Pretty soon, you won't even need to use your fingers to type.
Oh, how are you going to type?
We're just gonna think to each other.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Do you feel like you can do that now?
On YouTube.com, yes.
Okay, so I mean, if that's not enough to creep you out, I don't know what will. But this is, again, a form of lesser magic, them hiding the truth in plain sight, telling people to their faces exactly what's going on, you know, that they are slowly moving towards, or now quickly moving towards the singularity where we will upload our consciousness to a computer system, a hive mind, you know. So just hiding the truth in plain sight. But in this next clip, like I said earlier, Poppy admits to not knowing who she is or where she came from, just that she has a creator. And she is not lying. I do not think she is just acting here. And again, if she is, you have to ask yourself why. Why make this kind of stuff up? But she says that she doesn't know where she came from, just that she has a creator. And again, this comes back to MK Ultra slaves being programmed to think of their handlers as God or the devil, as their creator. And that is what they are programmed to believe. So take a listen to this.
Do you have a mother?
I do not have parents.
None.
How are you?
I have a creator.
Oh, that's what I was about to ask. Who created you?
So I'm saying I think she's the pop star that is just created. She's like the test tube pop star. That is Poppy.
I don't remember.
Okay, so you can kind of hear they're just kind of making a big joke out of all of it, that she doesn't know where she came from or who she is, and that she has a creator. But in reality, you know, she is more than likely an MK Ultra mind control slave who has been through severe torture for extended periods of time, bad enough to where her personality fractures and she doesn't know who she is anymore. And they can reprogram her to do and be anything they want her to. Like she said, they're the ones who get her dressed in the mornings. They're the ones who take her places and tell her what to do and put stuff in her music videos for her. So, but in this next clip, you're going to hear them make a big joke about her being in the Illuminati, you know, and on one hand, they're putting it into the public consciousness by bringing it up, and at the same time, they're dismissing it by making it seem like a big joke. So take a listen.
I have a feeling that like Poppy might be a part of like a bigger conspiracy that like.
So how
You want to talk about my present that I gave you?
Yeah, we can.
what'd she give you?
I got a ring,
What?
and it's a Poppy pyramid.
Nice.
You're in the Illuminati, aren't you?
Pyramid. That's what I'm hinting to here. I didn't want to say Illuminati because that's like
I'm saying it.
that's the big word.
I
Illuminati.
don't know what you're talking about.
I don't. Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know.
So what's the triangle on the ring mean? What's that stand for?
It's beautiful.
It's 3 sides, like 3 musketeers.
What's your favorite number?
What do each side represent? Do they have a different meaning?
1 + 1 + 1 equals 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Got it.
But you know the Illuminati is also a triangle with 3 sides.
3 + 3 equals 6.
Okay, and 6 + 6 equals?
12.
That was a question for Poppy, Zach.
Sorry.
The answer is 12.
I feel
It
like,
is, you're right. You're right.
you know,
I beat you.
but isn't the whole thing of the Illuminati to not speak about the Illuminati? And I
She
feel
hasn't
like
spoken about
I know,
it.
but that's why I think she may be a part of this, because she's avoiding the question.
So yeah.
Like Jay-Z and Beyonce and these people always hint towards it, but they don't speak about it.
Okay, so I mean, if them talking about and joking about Poppy being in the Illuminati, quote unquote, wasn't bad enough, to end the interview, they talk about how she met Ariana Grande, who we all know in the community to be also an MK Ultra mind control slave, clearly. But then they start talking about tacos and pizza in a very weird way, in what would sound like coded language. But take a listen for yourself, and I'll get into it after.
I've met a lot of famous people.
Like who?
I met Ariana Grande.
Cool.
Nice.
She's very nice.
She showed me tacos to eat.
She taught you what a taco was.
Yeah.
Do you like tacos?
Yes.
They're good, right?
Mm.
Yeah, I agree.
Ariana Grande likes tacos.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Has anyone taught you pizza? Pizza's really good.
What do you mean?
Pizza, the food pizza. Has anyone ever taught you pizza?
Not yet.
Oh, well, I'll show you. You're welcome in advance. Pizza's great.
So, I mean, just the way the woman said that, has anybody taught you pizza? And just the way they were talking about it really gave me the creeps, you know? It made me think that they're all in on it and they all know what's going on with this poor girl who has most likely been put through years of unthinkable torture in order to break her personality, in order to form this Poppy person, who then goes around and programs millions of kids around the world with her, you know, occultic symbolism and satanic music videos and satanic messages. And who knows what is beneath the surface. You know, she admits to them putting certain sounds in these videos. Like I said, who knows what it's doing to people who listen to it. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention, and this just goes to show you that they are putting their cards on the table. They are showing us who and what they are. You know, I mean, they're just talking openly now about people like Poppy having MK Ultra mind control handlers. So that's the point we're at. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe before leaving, and I will be making another video very soon. I hope you all are doing well out there, and Happy New Year, everyone.
I like pretending I'm a spider.
Okay, and
Don't we all?
what do you do as a spider?
Trap people in my interweb.